Okay, everybody, breathe in and out. You too. Don't stop breathing. And welcome to you all. On behalf of Anita and James, I'd like to thank you all for being here today. I know some of you have come from near and some from far. And they appreciate your coming to celebrate their marriage with them. It's a great deal for them, to them, if you're here with them. Before we go further in the ceremony, they would like to light a candle for those people who could not be present today for whatever reason. So we'd like to do that together. This ceremony is but an outward sign of an inward union, a celebration of the joining of two souls already attuned to one another. We are here to bear witness to the entry of these kindred souls into the closer relationship of husband and wife. Between them already is a bond of real love. It goes beyond the warm glow, the excitement, and the romance of being deeply in love. Real love is caring as much about the happiness and well-being of your life partner as about yourself. Real love is not total absorption in each other. Rather, it is looking outward in the same direction, together. Love makes burdens become lighter because you share them. It makes joys more intense because you share them. You become stronger. You can be involved with life in ways you dare not risk alone. The following is a reading from The Prophet by Kahil Gibran. Then Almitra spoke again and said, "And what of marriage, master?" And he answered, saying, "You were born together, and together you shall be forevermore. You shall be together when white wings of death scatter your days. Aye, you shall be together even in the silent memory of God. But let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Give one another of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone, even as the strings of a lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping, for only the hand of life can contain your hearts. And stand together, yet not too near together, for the pillars of the temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's shadow. The point of marriage is not to create commonality by tearing down all boundaries. On the contrary, a good marriage is one in which each partner appoints the other to be the guardian of his or her solitude, and thus shows the greatest possible trust. A merging of two people is an impossibility, and where it seems to exist, it is a hemming in that robs one or both of their fullest freedom and development. But once we realize that even between the closest people, infinite distance exists, a marvelous living side by side can result. Anita and James, nothing is simpler than saying words. Nothing is harder than living them, day after day. What you promise today must be renewed and decided again tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow after that. In the past, rings were a symbol of bondage. The rings that you were about to exchange with each other are a redemption of that symbol, a sign of bonding in freedom, of having chosen to cast your lot with one another in this life, and of the seamless joy that surrounds you both. They are a symbol of the unbroken circle of love. May they be a daily reminder to you of your vows to each other, and your resolve to live together in unity, love, and happiness. As a symbol of your love and respect, now is the time for you to exchange rings and vows. James, do you take Anita to be your wife? Do you promise to love her forever and be her best friend and strength in times of need? Do you promise to be there to protect, support, and inspire her, and continue to have big laughs and even bigger adventures together out there in the wide world?
I do.
Anita, do you take James to be your husband? Do you promise to love him forever, his best friend and strength in times of need? Do you promise to be there to protect, support, and inspire him, and allow him to bore you with meaningless music trivia just a little bit?
It's a symbol of my vows. I promise to be true to you, respect you, to love you.
By virtue of you having declared your love for each other, stated in front of this family and friends, it is my great pleasure to pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Kodak moment for everyone. In keeping with Asian tradition, I would like to invite Santosh, Margaret, Mark, and me to tie these red threads to symbolize their blessing upon Anita and James. with a Kodak moment. There are some leftover red strings, and they will be downstairs. So if any of you would like to be part of the tradition when you go downstairs for your refreshment after the ceremony, you can help yourself, and perhaps your loved one can tie that to your wrist. You can let it wear off. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. Your own, and you know what to do. And you are the couple who will decide where to go. You look up and down streets. Look them over with care. About some you will say, we don't choose to go there. With your heads full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. You may not find any you'll want to go down. And in that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there, in the wide open air. Out there things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsy as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along. You'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. Congratulations to you both. I was instructed to say that's all, folks. I believe a more appropriate ending might be that is the completion of this part of the ceremony. We're going to go upstairs with the official witnesses and sign the official pieces of paper. And our musicians will play for you while we're doing that. Then we'll come back down, and you'll lead the way downstairs. And there is going to be a champagne reception downstairs. After that, there is a bus that will take everyone to Plockton for the reception. Okay? So we will adjourn for a few moments while you amuse yourself and listen to the concert.
Anita, will you stand over? Put the lights behind you.
one day all of us will be yours.
All of us, and I'm so glad that James
James?
That's the one, yeah.
is joining our family, so now we've got two sons. Anyway, I'd like you to wish Anita and James. Let me have a drink. A very long and happy married life. And I'd like you all to join wishing them all the best. And God bless them.
James and Anita.
Now you can all enjoy, have a good time. So I'm going to.
Last night for you. Somebody looking for him, they've lost him.
He was shouting himself, but it was Chris and it. Yeah, look, that's not.
Did you two there last night?
No, I'm fair.
You're always there, you sure? Yeah. And you haven't. We could do it here.
No, it's difficult to pick up. No.
This is James's
My name is middle name is Olga.
Okay. You really have to show.
Which other is a ferry?
We threatened James, we said it's up to you. The only job you to do. Tied you.
One more please, one more please. One more please. Let's get you in the castle. Come out of the way, Peter.
I'll move back.
Peter.
big cake. Santa's just got many, many hours decorating this. A lot of love and efforts. And we're absolutely delighted with that. It's almost criminal to say. We'd also really like to thank Sandra and Margaret for all the support and all the hard work they put into making this wedding so successful. To everybody who's in the wedding party, to the best man, the best woman, everybody who's been involved, the musicians, to Judy, the celebrant, to everybody at the castle, to the whole world. But as they used to say in the good old days, to all of you, thank you so much for coming, thank you so much for making this such a tremendous night for us. We're just so grateful, you know, we're just so happy that you're all here.
Thank you. Jan, I was just about to say thank you to Jan
To Jan,
and
sorry.
Leah and all the food you're going to have. And we just want everybody to enjoy themselves. It's not going to be any more speeches or
That's right.
any first dance or anything.
No
Just
formality.
enjoy the
Once
food.
we've had something to eat, tables will be cleared away, and then it's all with the show.
Yeah.